Hey my loves, so today we're going to be making a wig together. I'm going to show you guys step by step on how I make my wigs. I'm using the curly hair to make my wig, but you can use whatever hair you feel like. And I'm just going to show you guys the things that you need to make the wig. So first we're going to need a wig cap. I use stocking caps, a needle and thread, a pair of scissors, a clip just to obviously clip the hair away when you need to. Tweezers, I use slanted ones because they're easier to use whilst plucking. And then I'm using Unice hair. I'm using 5 bundles of 26 inch. They're Peruvian curly. And then I'm using a 4x4 closure, which is that one, and it's a 3-part. So that means that there is no parting in the closure so that I can create my own parting. The closure is 20 inch long, and you would need some pins to pin down the closure onto the mannequin head, like what I am doing right now. I forgot to tell you guys, you're definitely going to need a mannequin head in order to make the wig. So right now I'm just securing the closure onto the mannequin head using the pin. So what that does is that it ensures that the closure doesn't move whilst I'm sewing it on. So using my needle and thread, I'm going to sew on the edges of the closure where it has a band, as you guys saw a minute ago. I'm going to put the needle and thread through the stocking cap and then through the edge of the closure, and I'm just going to sew all around it. So what I'm doing right now is that I'm creating a knot so that when I pull the needle completely through, it creates a knot at the end of the thread. So what that does is that it secures the closure. It ensures that it doesn't move anywhere. So now I'm going to leave about 5 centimeters of the thread out, and then I'm just going to cut the remainder. What I'm going to do now is that I'm going to tie a knot at the end of the thread, and what that does is that it secures it, and it just ensures that it doesn't unwind and then remove itself. So before sewing anything down, I secure the weft by pinning it down with the 2 pins that I have. That just ensures that the track doesn't move whilst I'm trying to stitch it down. Now that I'm ready to do the sewing, I begin the sewing by putting the needle through the actual weft. What that does, well for me, I find that it helps to secure the track onto the stocking cap so that it lasts a lot longer. I do that just at the start of sewing down the actual weft, but once I've done that part, I do the fence method. So I take the needle and I put it under the weft as opposed to in the weft. I only ever put the needle through the actual weft at the beginning of a new bundle and at the end to secure it and to make sure that it's sealed. I do this so that my bundles can last and stay intact, so that if I ever want to remove the bundles from the stocking cap and perhaps sew it onto my actual head, my bundles, the weft, everything just looks brand new and is kept in very good condition. So now that I'm coming to the end of sewing down that row, as you guys can see, I have flipped over the bundle. I have not cut it. Please do not cut your bundles. Your hair will shed like crazy. So I'm just flipping over the weft, and then I'm just the track, sorry, and then I'm just carrying on like I started. Also, when flipping over the track to go up another level, look at it like levels. You start from the bottom, then you go to the top. So when you flip over the track, try to leave as little of a gap as possible from the last track that you've sewn on, just because it makes the wig a lot fuller. And I guess no one wants a gappy wig. It looks like you ran out of bundles, girl, so don't do it, okay? And you know what, to be fair, if you're going to wear your curly hair or whatever hair full like mine, to be fair, you don't want to leave too much of a big gap. Otherwise, all your bundles will not fit on. So now that I'm getting to the top of the wig, I'm going to make sure that I'm leaving literally no gaps in between the tracks. I really want them to be close together. Why? Because the top of your head, a lot of people see the top of your head. I mean, when you sit down, people walk above you. Like when you look down, people see your head. So you want to make sure that that part of your wig is on point. If anything, make all your mistakes at the back, but make sure the front and the top is done correctly. Also, when you get to the top part of the wig, you need to be very careful when flipping over the tracks, because you don't want it to be bumpy at the top. You really want it to be flat and neat. So when flipping over the tracks, make sure you take your time to sew it down properly. Now, if you've got some space between the closure and the last track, if you can fit another weft in somewhere, then go ahead and do that. Then just cut off the needle, make a knot, and then you're good to go. What I do now, I'm just because the closure is just really straight, I'm going to customize it just a little bit. So I decided to wet it with water just so that it makes it easier to pluck. And then using the slanted tweezer, I'm then going to just grab and pull, grab and pull, grab and pull. But don't grab and pull too much, otherwise you're gonna give yourself some bald patches in your closure, and you really don't want that. So just be easy and try to make it look as realistic as possible. Don't over pluck, just zone through it. So now when cutting off the lace, be very careful to not cut too much of the actual hair off with the lace. Just cut it right in front of the hairline and you should be fine, in a straight line. So a very important part that I realized that I didn't capture on camera is cutting the excess part of the cap that's beneath the lace closure. So once you're finished with your wig, remove it off the mannequin head and cut off that little bit of wig cap that's under your lace closure. So now that I have the wig on, I wanted to wear it in the middle part, but then the closure, sorry, is a 3-part closure. So that means I need to create my own part that I want in the closure, basically. So because I wanted a middle part and I wanted to define the parting, I'm just taking a little bit of concealer, the concealer that I would usually use on my face to do my makeup, and I'm just going to create that parting. As you can see, I'm just spreading out the concealer just so that it doesn't look like that really straight ugly parting, and it looks a little bit more natural. See, yes yes guys, like that parting is just slaying. And that's the finished result, guys. Honestly, I hope that you enjoyed this wig tutorial. Thumbs it up, let me know what you guys think of it, and if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe and just stay tuned for more videos, guys. See you later, bye. Mwah. Also guys, give this video a big thumbs up if you guys want to see a makeup tutorial on this look.